morning, SRA Nation.
We're excited to get this season off with a bang.
I think they're all taking tires. And on top of that, it's going to be saucier. It's going to be an all-out shootout to the end. He's got line of sight on these guys.
I commend you for the bravery getting this close to the diffuser.
All you gotta do is win the race. You don't have to lead a whole bunch of laps.
Oh, they're going to be side by side going into the next corner.
Oh, that's a big contact in the back of the field.
Can't stay out there like this.
He stayed in it!
We're off and away for SRA.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Round 4 of Season 10. We are in Indianapolis in the scorching heat. I've been brought out from the dustbin of retirement. Jess Osborne, your cameraman. I'm joined by Paulie Hartman, maybe later Cody Platt, and for now, Jeremy Reeder. Welcome to the booth, everybody. How are we feeling?
Yo, feeling great. Ready for this D1 race we got going on this evening.
It's going to be good.
I've been brought out of the dustbin of retirement too. So you got two old D1 veterans on the stream here today, and sounds like Jeremy, you're new to broadcasting here at SRA, so I'd like everyone to give him a warm welcome. But yeah, I think we're in for a fantastic race this evening, and it's going to be a fantastic stream.
Yeah, appreciate y'all welcoming me. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, I've always watched the D1 races, and D1 and D3 on the Tuesday night, on the Tuesday nights, and it's usually a lot of fun. So,
Our drivers are going to be having a lot of fun, if they're lucky, around here in Indiana. As I alluded to before, it is an absolute scorcher out here. It's not just a daytime race. They're driving on the surface of Mars today. And those straights probably aren't going to be enough to get their tires cooled all the way down. We'll get a track walk shortly for everybody not already familiar. But for anybody who is, you know that this is going to be a wild one. Before we jump on track, of course, let's take a look at the standings. In the individual standings, predictably, Michael Menning leading the way with a comfortable, maybe not comfortable, but a healthy lead of 32 points over Jeff Spangler. Both Madhouse drivers, but in different teams. And Jeff Spangler with a slightly smaller lead over Travis Nordstrom, leading narrowly Peter O'Brien in fourth. And here's page 2, the rest of the individual drivers. Before we get to the team standings, Max Schnell, Madhouse and Champion Motorsports conglomerate. Am I reading that right?
No.
Who is
yeah,
CM?
so CM, that is Champion Motorsports, Mr. Sir. He's representing us in that little team there, and they're both doing fantastic this season. The BMW has also been very strong, but yeah, super proud to see my boy Mr. Sir up there.
Good to hear. They've got a very healthy lead over Peter O'Brien and Jordan Nixon of TSC's Audi This World, predictably in the Audi R8. And they have a small lead over Madhouse Racing's Delinquent Road Hazards. Kelvin Lau and Jeff Spangler, both very strong drivers. And they have an equally pretty healthy lead over Pillars. Sometimes maybe Pillars, sometimes maybe Rillers. Where's our money, SRO? Whoa! Some shade being thrown here. I need to get to the bottom of this paddock drama here. But of Diego Paul Fimbres Casas and Coadromo, two SRA League favorites, at least of mine. And with that, it looks like our drivers are just about to hit the track, and we will join them. Do you hear the engine singing the songs of really slow laps?
Yeah,
so it'll
this
be super interesting. The silver going out first, super hot track. They're going to get to rubber it in for the gold, which, you know, it always sucks, but it'll be fine.
Yeah, the track is starting not just hot, but it's only fast. It's not optimum.
Only fast.
So definitely, it's good to be king, gold privilege.
Diego still messed it up, though. Don't worry.
Diego still what? Sorry?
Diego still messed it up. Don't worry.
Yep. He always finds a way. Nephi Warrior in chat saying this video is always fire. I assume he's talking about the intro video. Yes, agreed. Kudos, Selena. Every time, always killing it.
Looks like we got some folks exploring the grass out there. I don't expect we'll see much of that today, though. Dive bombs. We're going to see some dive bombs today.
Yes, this track really invites it with some of these well, not very long, but long enough straights, severe turn-ins, and harsh braking zones.
Some of you will die, and I'm okay with that.
It's the price I'm willing to pay.
So what is, I mean, are we taking bets on who's going to get P1 here?
Well,
For
you know, as far
quality
as
or the
silver
race?
split goes, you know, I think you should be taking bets on some of the top three for the silver: Patrick Russ, CJ Meeks, and Andrew Wilson. That's who we're really going to be looking out for today. They're battling for the win in silver. Yeah, I'm really excited to see Andrew Wilson qualify here. I know that some people were complaining about the McLaren, and CJ is also going to have a fun time in the BMW. Also, lots of complaining there, yeah, excited to see what silver can put down here.
And they are putting it down as we speak. Fazli Majid, first one out the gate, halfway through his hot lap right now. His first hot lap is banker. And no word yet on the sector times yet, so I'm not sure how well he's doing.
God, he makes such good liveries, doesn't he? That's just that livery's on fire, man.
Every time. He never dials it in. Every time he makes them awesome. I love that. And I particularly love that since I'm friends with him, he always shares them. He leaks them with me a little bit early. I get to look at what he's cooking. And it's usually fire.
Yeah, Faz is always such a great person in the Discord. Such an integral part of our community. It's hard not to root for him.
And he comes
His
across
first
the line
lap.
with a banker of a 36.5. Not too shabby. But he is immediately outdone by Danny Durant's.
Wilson
Andrew
putting
Wilson.
up on 36-1.
That's very good.
Very quick.
And the track did go optimum, so we should start to see the times fall on this next lap.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice. That took no time at all, did it?
Nope, didn't take no time at all. I didn't really figure it would, you know, with about 20 cars on track at one time. It really shouldn't take it long. My main man, John Archie. In the Duff car, spent a lot of time racing with John. Very cool cat. I feel like we need to do like a hop on board and give a run through of the track from turn 1 all the way to turn 13.
What good timing, Brooker Quigg. Let's do the bonnet cam. Brooker Quigg coming into the braking zone of turn 1, and we will follow along with him for a full lap. Into turn 2, this one you have to be really, well, I guess confident with where you're pointing the car, but at least in the Porsche, very careful when you get on the gas or you will run out wide. Into the braking and turning part at turn 3, also a tricky one. You get thrown off into that dirt right there where you saw the grass all dead. And you die. More braking while turning into turn 4 and 5. This one's really fun because you get to go in between these corners, kind of giving a little bit of gas and pushing it through there and over rotation. And then onto the main back straight, I guess you would call it. No, the main's the front straight, right?
Yeah, back straight.
Regardless, another hard braking into a 90-degree turn. Again, cautious not to wash out into the grass. More on throttle while on max grips through this corners through the S's. And into the trickiest bit, the right-hander on the exit. You want to get all the speed through there because this is effectively a big banking straight through here.
You really want to cut that corner too. Just cut it right off.
Yes. You want to get within a millimeter of the track limit because every like couple inches you go out drastically changes how much you have to turn.
And then the second to last corner, what I consider probably the hardest track. I consider it probably the hardest hairpin.
It's so
on this
weird.
track. It's so weird.
You can take it
And then
so many different ways, and a lot of them feel right,
Yep.
but a lot of them are very wrong.
Yep. And the Delta will tell you immediately. And Booker Quigg, he's going to put in a 36.6 with that lap, it looks like.
Just getting warmed up.
Just getting warmed up, but we have 3 minutes 48 seconds before these guys got to get kicked off the track for them gold drivers to get out there.
While we were watching that lap, Dylan Stallworth has raised the bar to a 36 flat. He might be out, and he's been outdone by Landon Dreves by just under an eighth of a second.
I'd like to talk
35.
about that Aston. Them Astons, they're quick this season.
People have been raving about the Aston the last two races. It's at least its drivers seem to think it's been pretty strong, and certainly the results for Silver right now are bearing that out.
Yeah, a lot of Aston fans out there. A lot of people are disappointed when it kind of fell out of favor in the BOP, but they had some good luck with Kunas and SRA, our BOP system, kind of balancing things out a little bit, making it very viable to drive the car.
Austin Carpenter just pulled out 4/10, put himself provisional P2 in Silver right now. Very good lap from him. But I just want to draw our attention real quick to just how tight this Silver division is, these top 10 drivers. Under 4/10 between all of them. I think we're going to have some real popping off races here, at least in the Silver division. We'll see if the Gold division's any closer. I bet it will be.
It's going to be fantastic racing. And then that pit. Cannot forget, today's all about putting some new shoes on, no fuel.
Yep.
This is a long pit. It takes you forever to get to the end of it. So I suspect that we'll see some folks end up in some blue flag situations. Things are going to get a little hinky.
You just reminded me I should bring this up. The pit stop is about a lap time and duration, but minus 5 seconds. So when you pit, you can see exactly where you're going to come out from. But Danny Durance has just put in an absolute flyer of a lap, particularly an improvement for him in Sector 3. Pulled out a few tenths, and that's put him up on provisional pole, just by a hair beating out Dreves.
It's like Andrew Wilson moved up a couple spots to come up to P4 on that last lap. He's still got one more in him. Maybe even two. He might just barely make the line.
Where he's at on track, he might make him another one.
Austin Carpenter once again improving by a lot and moving himself way up the order. Provisional P5 now. Oh, Eric Boardman was doing great, and he just lost a whole lot of time. That's going to make this lap a whole wash. He was up 2 or 3 tenths, and now he's down 4. Tricky Sector 3.
Starting to see them gold boys queuing up there in the pits.
Yep, 40 seconds. They're chomping at the bit.
And Wilson was cooking up a great lap there. Unfortunately, he invalidated. But looks like he's probably he's going to have just enough time to squeeze in one more. If he can repeat what time he had on the board there before he invalidated, he would have a P1.
Mr. Wilson's going to make it across the line just before that 10
seconds to
mark.
spare. Every second counts, every lap counts here.
And he's got that great Pokemon livery.
I love it. It's so 90s.
Now, interestingly,
with the custom Champion Motorsports logo on the front to match the theme, so
that puts it over the top, honestly, in the correct fonts.
Yeah, he did a great job with that.
But is it going to make him faster? Currently, no. He's still even on his Delta.
He was making up time in the second sector there, so we'll see what he can do.
That's Carpenter done. Oh, here comes Eric Boardman with a couple tenths improvement, and he's finding a little bit more in the last corner. No, once again, he's finding it really tricky there and just threw away all of his gains. I think he's pushing a little too hard there. And he's going to cross the line only with 0.07 of an improvement, which is just
enough to pick him up, though.
Yep, that's enough to nudge down Ryder.
Looks like Landon's up 0.2 here. Almost
It's
3.
enough.
He's
got it. He's gonna have provisional pole, but then again, so might Fosley. Nope, never mind. He just set his last lap. And there he is. Landon's got to be really happy with that one, and he does.
Yep.
He is with the little wiggle.
Louis is rounding out the pack here. He's 0.2 up.
Landon's style
and a half.
enough. He just drifted right, like within an inch of the wall. That was excellent.
And they took out one of our foam pieces. How are we going to know which direction to go to when we get to the end of the straight, folks? We'll never know now. All right, Mercer's starting his first lap. Another solid livery.
They can't get away with this. They call themselves Chad Racing. You can't just call yourself a Chad. It's not fair.
Chad Racing Goat Baboon. Maybe they're remembering Aaron B.
It's like we had Kelvin Lau in the chat calling out Wilson, Archie, CJ, Larry, Quig, Troxclair, and Fazley, rooting them on. Now he's on track.
God, them out is so good.
I'm not a big Audi fan, but that is a good-looking car.
If only you didn't have to drive it with 0 TC. Does the hood on that car say toe gap? Like a gap in your toe?
I'm not sure. I think so. We can't read the hood from there. Coadroma, close behind Diego, leading the charge for gold. And they are both on their hot laps.
Michael goes right to the top, 35.590.
And Diego not far behind. But if they're wise, they're not pushing too hard yet. They've just warmed up. Now they're pushing. And Koa certainly is. He's already got enough delta in his pocket to take pole. He's up by almost 0.5 right now.
Wow.
And he's gaining more.
35.3 then.
Can he find 6? No, he almost did. Oh, but he has a strong exit. Yeah, he's finding more and more time. It's going to be a very strong lap from him. 35.5. Sheesh, Bacoa!
35.3 for Koa. Diego had a 35.5 right in front of him.
200.
Oh, Brian.
200 off.
Oh, wow. Menning also up 0.2 right now.
That Peter O'Brien setting a new best now, 35.3. These times are getting rapid.
This gold race is going to be a spicy meatball.
Oh, Menning looking like 0.4 up right now and gaining coming to the line on the last corner.
Type a 1 in
He's gonna
chat
hold it.
if these drivers make you feel slow.
we got some insight. Oh, and Michael Menning had to go and take the pole here again with a 135.18.
We're gonna see fours. We're gonna see 34s. I'm feeling like we might.
Menning has been the man to beat this season. A lot of people gunning for his time, and not a lot of people able to match. He's definitely got that dog in him.
He definitely does. It might even be like a machine dog, because he is a machine. He just does it lap after lap. Every week he performs. It's crazy.
So I have a question. I mean, a lot of people have been ragging on this BMW this week and how garbage it is here. What does everyone have to say now? I mean, is it the car? Is it the car or is it the driver? You know, is it a skill issue?
He's normally like a second ahead of the field. Now he's only like a couple tenths ahead of the field. So basically that means the car is garbage. Yeah.
It's got to be a scientific method. Jeremy Mercer improving by 2 or 3 tenths, putting himself in the top 10. P7 for him now. Trav Robinson improves by 4 tenths, and he puts himself P6.
It's a great lap for him. But it looks like Faz gives us some insight on Menning. He says, having been his teammate for 3 seasons, it's the driver. So maybe a little bit of confirmation, a little insider knowledge.
Foz says the stream volume is super low. For what? The game or volume or voices or what? I can turn up the game quite easily.
Need some feedback in the chat.
Yep. All constructive feedback is welcome. I'm trying to bring a better show to y'all every week.
Yeah, Michael's up a tenth coming out of the first sector right now, losing a little bit of that, but still, I mean, he's just absolutely styling on him.
Kelvin Lau, another very strong driver in this division, putting in a pretty damn good lap of a 35.4. He's just shy of 3 tenths off of Menning, though.
Dromo
he
goes
and Dromo
P2.
proving they're in a different league. And Peter O'Brien as well. They're all within a tenth of each other.
I just watched Marecki improve 2.5 tenths and up more time already just through the first turn. Now moving up to 9th place. So he's going to be someone to watch out for this lap. He's a great driver that's been around this league a good while. I was beating doors with him in the practice race yesterday, or last night rather.
He was setting pretty good lap times in the hot stints and hot laps around here during practice. It's in the top 10 of the division.
Alvarado also up right now, almost 2 tenths here.
In fact, according to his data, he can do a 35.3, so he could be hanging with the the pack fighting for P4 right now.
Alvarado unfortunately losing a lot of that time, but still can walk away with a marginal improvement here. Anything counts. This field is quite tight up here.
Trav, yellow flag for a moment, and his lap is invalidated. I think that's going to be it for his quality session. 13 seconds to get over the line to do another lap. Not everybody's going to make it. Will Dan Cran make it? He's got 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He just makes it.
Oh, he just makes it.
I think.
Yeah. I think he made it. Will he stop, though, is the question. No, he's going for it.
Some people just pulling over, being out of fuel. Alvarado crossing the line in time, but happy with his time, evidently, or out of fuel. Likes to pit in.
Nate Specht approaching the finish line with 2 tenths in his pocket, looking for 3. Nearly had it there in that last second to last corner. Oh, and he lost a lot of it on the exit. He just gains a little bit of it back. It'll be a very modest improvement from P17 to P14.
Hey, anything counts. You know, these guys are so freaking fast up in this front pack here. Some ludicrous times for sure.
No 34s though. I'm kind of disappointed. I was really hoping we'd knock off another 10th or so. At the
That'd been
top.
pretty cool.
If you gave Manning a lap or two more, you know, he's quite close. But some folks in the gold division that I want to point out for their times, Matt Lehman unfortunately bringing in the rear for gold. Flanger with the 296 Ferrari, which there's been a lot of complaints about and has a massive boost in BOP here for our system. So we'll see how that goes for the end of the race. And Dan Cran, the last one coming in. Yeah. All within from P1 to like P23 or 24 was within a second, so an extremely tight field. All these people got the skill for sure.
Oh, damn, the game's doing the thing where it won't let me drive until 30 seconds left to go, so it'll be a very quick track walk in about a minute from now. But that will be our grid. Michael Menning, P1, leading Peter O'Brien, Coadromo, and Diego Paul Fibers Casas, and Nick Alvarado are our top 5 drivers tonight. And if you want to look like Nostradamus, now's the time to put in your race prediction winners for chat, in chat right now.
I gotta go with Pat. He was looking stout in that Audi.
Well, I'm reading the chat here right now, and it looks like Short and Saucy is saying that we need a mid-race fan vote, or P1 at 30 minutes gets +5 ballast for the second half of the race. That'd be interesting. A little something to spice things up a little bit. That lead can run away sometimes, especially if that leader is Michael Menning.
Should make
But-
it interesting. The blue shell rules in effect, right?
You know, strange things have happened here. There could be a blue shell that comes and hits Michael right on this turn 1 right here. This track is prone to some interesting wrecks here. You know, we've seen in a lot of official racing series some interesting moments here at T1 and in SRA. Last time we raced here in Season 5, I remember we had a pretty big pile up, so anything can happen here. Hopefully everyone keeps it safe, but it's the nature of the beast.
Honestly, what we need to do is we need to red flag the race midway, reverse the grid, and then have half the grid go the other way, and the top half of the grid can go the opposite way, and you know, we can see what kind of fun we can have then. Pull a Tony Stewart.
That would be interesting. It would be one heck of a sprint race. Vasley, who's the king of defense, would just be blocking everyone left to right, holding back the entire crowd of folks behind him.
I thought that was Doug.
Doug
but he's not in this
just
division,
hits the
so
curb
doesn't
and
count.
obliterates. Watching these drivers run around here, looking at all the fantastic liveries. One of the great hallmarks of SRA is the amount of time and love that the community puts into this league, and definitely can't do any of this without you. Not the racing, not the streaming, not anything. So huge shout out to everyone watching in the stream today and everyone on track this evening. Countless hours spent preparing.
Indeed.
For one or two admins to throw on a fantastic race.
Honestly, I wanted to be there for that driver's brief. You know, I half suspected that Jason Allen was once again yelling.
That, you know, it was a good driver's brief. Fazley actually recorded the driver's brief, and you can see it. Looks suspiciously like a former leader of Germany.
It's not a very flattering impression of Jason.
I had two thoughts. He was either going to come into this week's driver's brief yelling, or he was going to sound like the most disappointed dad, where they don't even yell, they just calmly talk to you.
Well, all the drivers are now side by side, lining up through these last couple of turns here, getting ready to come up to the line.
Now, we did lose some temperature between the quali and the race, so we may see that pace is just a touch better than it was in quali.
Maybe, yeah. It's only 32. I know we were all practicing in, what, 36-degree weather?
Yeah, it was 36, 37, somewhere in there, so not much, but it may be just enough to help the pace.
And here they come.
And off and away for SRA, Season 10, Indianapolis. Drivers are shuffling around, looking to get some vision coming into this big braking zone here. Everyone's trying to keep it nice and safe, give themselves some room.
Oh, Pat overshoots.
Way overshoots, rejoins and puts two cars around. Was that Diego and Dromo?
That is Diego.
CJ also gets the boot from behind and shuffles to the back.
Alvarado and Diego all sent straight to the back. And
how's your
Manning,
rejoin,
Dromo,
sir?
and Peter O'Brien are running away with it. And in the chaos,
and I see some more people piled up here. Yep, Andrew Wilson
Quigg.
and Ian Wheeler, both in top positions, get knocked down.
Here's the replay. Brooker Quigg coming through. Oh, we see that chaos, and he comes to a stop, has to drive around it. That's why he's off track.
Oh,
I was predicting chaos. Y'all heard me before we went live. I was saying I'm predicting chaos, and here it was. Y'all heard it.
and Meeks with a drive-through. I wonder if he was out of place on the start.
That's
It's gotta
very
be it.
interesting. He did get booted in turn 1. And doesn't look like Champion Motorsports is having all that much luck right now.
Eric Marecki is made out like a fiend. He started P12 and he's up 5 positions to P7. Landon gained 6 positions. Dan Cran also gained 6 positions up to P4. What a lap 1. I don't think
That was a
anybody
spicy
was
meatball.
expecting exactly that. Diego has got to be absolutely fuming about this. He's lost 24 positions. Jeff Spangler and Nick Alvarado both lost 18. So the recovery drive is on for these drivers. And we have more chaos at turn 1.
Oh, that's Bosley. Oh, no.
My goodness.
That's Bosley, that's Stellan Stallworth, Matt Lehman, John Crown. Let's catch the replay.
Wow, and that's the rest of Champion Motorsports.
Oh, he got sandwiched. It wasn't even really Bosley's fault.
It wasn't.
That's just tragic.
Oh, and then he gets moved
man.
around.
What a
Oh, that's
disaster.
terrible.
Straight to
and
pits.
And it's just to the pits.
he's done.
I don't blame him.
Well, a little bit of commentator's curse, because, you know, I did say that Diego would find a way to mess us up. And boy, did he.
Currently fighting
Let's
with
find his
Spangler
own
side by
fault.
side, rubbing with him in the back straight. And he's got the inside, and he should have the job done on Spangler. Oh, we have another victim, CJ Meeks, falling down the order off the track. What happened here? Oh, he just totally missed his braking zone.
Himself.
Yeah, I can imagine CJ is just frustrated right now. Had not too bad of a qualifying session, but with the drive-through right away and getting sent to the back, yeah, it can get to your head.
So he'll go a lap down, and then he's still gotta make that pit. So he'll just about go a lap down with this long pit.
Martin in chat saying time to put on the stewarding hat early. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, duty calls.
Jason Allen's not going to be happy about this one again.
Oh, Just Spangler just got back at Diego, setting back his recovery drive. It's like Diego had a weak
down that
exit
front straight.
onto the main straight, yeah. And he's still stuck behind him. Brooker Quigg just got around Matt Lehman. I don't think Matt Lehman is going to let that slide, though. He's got the inside of him up at, what is that, turn 5 or 6? But Quigg still has the inside for the main straight. But will he wash out wide? Lehman switches back up his inside, and they have about an equal run. It's going to be a race in the braking zone with a Porsche of Quigg having the inside, but is he still alongside? No, the door's going to be slammed shut on him. He brakes a little bit too soon. Oh, we have more chaos. Right behind them. We just missed it. That was Wheeler, Boardman, and I think Meeks. Jason will never let us hear the end of this.
The problem is it's all... looks like Boardman just kind of outbraked himself there. Ouch. That sucks for Wheeler. He had a great starting position, and straight to the back.
And
well, Wheeler started
for his P27,
didn't he? That's what my race control says.
Started P27.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, still.
Now at the front, Dromo's caught up to Michael.
Yeah, we still have a race going on, don't we?
We do, and it is getting spicy up here at the front. Now, I'm honestly surprised that Michael hasn't been able to really just pull away. It looked like he had pulled away about a second, a little more than a second at the beginning of the race.
Hopping on board with Kelvin Lau, who is in P5, fending off a train reaching all the way back to P13. He cannot afford to put a single foot wrong, or he will get eaten alive.
Looks like we have some love in the chat for Lehman's moves. And a lot of people are predicting an angry Jason tomorrow.
Oh yes, he's gonna be so... Was Mussolini worse than Hitler? Can he speak Italian? That's the question I have. Gorlami.
Oh, we might have a move here. Jeremy Mercer had a big run on Kelvin Lau and waited till the last second to try and dive up the inside, but Lau covers it off. Mercer tries to go around the outside. That turns into the inside, but that will turn right back into the outside, and I don't think he's going to hang it all the way around. It's impossible.
The marbles. Oh,
is he doing it?
He's doing it.
He's trying.
Oh, yeah. Ended up in the marbles. Had to stay wide there. Just couldn't get the run off. But he's sticking with it. This is a three-way battle here for 5th.
None of them are giving up. Mercer's more than happy to join in this. Or Marecki, excuse me.
You can throw a blanket over these 4 or 5 guys right here. Wow, is putting the defense of a lifetime on right here.
It's like AT&T, you can reach out and touch somebody. Sorry, I may have dated myself with that ad reference.
Looks like Fazli's joining in on watching the stream with us. from the grid and straight to his phone.
Sorry, Fosley.
Yeah, that was.
That was a really
that
bad
was just
break.
some-
You didn't deserve that.
Yeah, that was some bad luck there.
Looks like Nixon is getting real close to Mr. Sir here. Mr. Sir defending into T1.
Mercer and
Rados
Lau
also
back
looking
at
in
it
close
again.
behind.
We're gonna do the same thing that we did.
Last lap,
Lap
yeah.
before.
Exact same thing.
Ooh. Looks like we have Nate Specht and John Archie had a little incident here. I'm doing the replay.
When he's still stuck in
yep,
the sand.
There he is. He's still stuck over there. Yeah, it's a bad spot to have to rejoin.
What happened in that replay, Paulie?
It's still getting there. Oh man, it looks
Diego
like
just got around Ryder.
Nate just kind of hooked into the back of the driver in front and then got punted from behind, and there he was stuck off track, and he's rejoining in P28, darn near the back.
That bites.
No,
Meanwhile, we just saw
no
Diego
luck
getting
for
around
Champion
Ryder.
Motorsports.
Really smooth move.
Diego's making his move back to the front.
Maybe back to the mid-pack.
He's got 50 minutes. He's got a lot of time. A lot of time here. A lot of racing still to go.
This is true, but he's 24 seconds from the leader. I think the best he can hope for is like a top 10 finish. But Lau and Mercer still at it, once again side by side into turn 1. These drivers just will not quit. And it's the same story 3 laps in a row now. Mercer trying to hang around the outside of Kelvin Lau in sector 1, and it just does not work
this is his
for
move
him.
right here. He was a little wider. Yep, he's gonna have a good run. Oh, he just doesn't have the run to take the inside there.
Too easy to close the door there, nowhere to go. But if he can't get this done pretty quickly, I think Marecki and Robinson are going to do it for him. Force him to get out of the
Robinson's
way.
under some major pressure from Landon Dreeps here. Everyone's watching this battle up front, seeing what's going to happen. Dreeps is going to try to make his move. No, backs out. Kind of smart there. Hard corner to make a move. Still displaying his pace and putting on that pressure pretty hardcore.
El Cloudy's saying Diego for driver of the day. We shall see. Chad, if you disagree, share your thoughts. Who do you think is driver of the day or should be? Oh, I went away at the wrong time. Big sins happening, almost too wide here.
Oh, Rhodes is going to send up on the outside. He should have the inside for the next corner. He's going to get the better run onto the front straight.
Looks like that's Nixon making the pass on Mr. Sir as well as Dreeps. Mr. Sir kind of getting eaten up by the pack here. Dreeps still fighting with Robinson in front.
Dreeps flying around the outside of Robinson and gets the job done before turn 2.
Actually, rather, Mr. Sir was trying to mix it up with the pack in front. This is one heck of a train.
I should have shared, or at least added, the pit rules, as expected, are alternating and are different this week. And I'll get back to it in a moment because we've got to see what just happened to Nick Alvarado, who's having a bit of a bear of a race tonight. And it looks like he washed out wide like I warned on our track walk before. Very easy to walk out wide there, get your tires on that dirt, and you just entirely lose grip. But as I was saying, the pit rules are different tonight. No refueling, and you must take tires. So unsurprisingly, we are seeing a lot more drivers stay out because they need to get as much life out of each set of tires as possible to get, hypothetical, theoretical best laps. So expect a different race pace tonight. Ooh, nearly watching Jordan Nixon drive in the back of Trav Robinson. This mid-pack is just so tight, they cannot shake each other. And they can't pass each other either, except Reves.
shoes are key here, and if they haven't been watching their pressures, if they've been dumping them tires off into them rough spots, they will be losing pressure on some of these tires. So them shoes are big key tonight.
Like we have some Drebe's Driver of the Day votes as well. He's making some good moves, but hey, it's a long race left to go, folks. 46 minutes. Not even a quarter way through this.
It's been action-packed so far, and we still have 46 minutes of this stuff to go. I mean,
yeah, that's the kind of racing that Indy brings out. It's always, you know, lots of elbows out moves, and you know, maybe some dive bombs or unintentional dive bombs,
and fighting for your life to stay on track.
Oh yeah.
Checking back in with the front of the pack, Koedromo still within reaching distance of Michael Manning. Two names I don't think anybody is surprised to hear still at the top of the pack.
now I do have a question about strategy. I would assume that everybody's gonna, split this race right down the middle.
Pretty
You're in
close,
the
yeah.
pit for 31 minutes. You're in that pit lane for 31 minutes. That way you're just under that 30-minute mark. But do you think we have any early takers with the traffic? Do you think we see any undercutting this evening?
I'm not sure. I would think that somebody in this pack that we're looking at right now is gonna have to blink early. But yes, pitting at the 30-minute mark is what the theoretical best if you ignore outside factors.
Well, you know, you can't really ignore these outside factors.
No,
I
you
mean,
can't.
look how tight this pack is.
Yeah.
If you're in this pack right now, I'd say you need to pit just before everyone else.
I think Diego has decided
come
that.
in.
He says, I'm going to do a recovery drive in clean air, not passing all these people that I'm faster than.
And that's the thing. If he can make the tires last for 43 minutes, it'll be rough on him at the end. But he may have the pace. Just because he is, Diego. I hate to say it, but he's got some pace.
I think one of the factors you need to consider here is if you get those fresh tires on early, if you get that lap or 2 or 3 of clean air, and you can get it in front of these people as quick as possible, and then sit in front of them, don't let them pass, you can make up a lot of positions like that, even if your tires fall off just a tad bit more than your competitor.
Well, we will have to pick a pair of drivers, and when one of them pits, we will see how it shakes up. Rather, a pair of drivers that's right next to each other.
Now, interesting. Let's take a look at Diego because he is coming out of the pits. The leader is going to come by the start-finish straight now. So where's Diego going to come out? Is he going to come out in a big hornet's nest?
No, I think he's going to come out between 16 and 6A6. Oh, maybe not. No, he's leaving the pit
I don't know
now.
that
No,
he's
he's going to
gonna
come
make
out
it
in the
out.
gaggle.
He's going to come out in the gaggle. See, that is the problem with... So
So
he's
he's
going to
just
come
approaching
out...
turn 1 now. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. So he's going to be in a world of hurt on new shoes here.
Well, good luck, Diego. Martin saying Diego's going to be in blue flag hell. Yeah, exactly right.
And does he, does he really give up the blue flag? Because, I mean, he's pitted. I mean, technically he's racing for positions right now.
If I were him, I would not. I would not get out of the way. I would
there's
just
no way
pick
I'd
my
get out
way
the
through
way.
the pack and, leave it up to fate and the stewards to decide if anybody dares open a ticket. Because it's
the best
definitely
thing that
not
he
worth
can
it for
do-
him to, slow down, let like 6 people through, lose like 10 or 15 seconds. That's just gonna, he might as well, pull over into the pits and end his race right there if he does that.
I don't know what the top 5 are doing, but the best thing that I can see him doing is getting up to that top 5 train and just riding that all the way through until they start to pit.
Mercer and Lau back at it again still. I think it's just incredible. They have navigated this first sector side by side like 6 times in a row now.
They know it.
They've
I mean,
barely
they know
rubbed.
it really well.
These two know exactly what they're doing around here.
Oh, Mercer's going to go off. He went off, had to brake sooner. Take it narrow. That's going to open the door for Eric. Yep, Eric's. Oh,
That could have been close.
that was close. Eric said the space is there, good sir. Let me have it.
It looks like we have a really tight pack at 13, 14, 15. Flanger and Archie are both chasing down Durant's.
Jason and Martin saying that they made that clear in the briefing and that those are the rules regarding blue flags. Maybe so, but you have to account for once you let all these drivers loose in this game, it's game theory rules applying now. So they might just take the risk.
Well, Jason, you also said we shouldn't wreck as much.
True! And look
we
where
are,
that
good
got
sir.
us. All that work, and what did it get you? So Coadromo looks like he's slowly falling off the back of Michael Menning, who currently has the purple lap on track right now with a 35.6, which is sure to come down, I think.
And can either one of you tell me, is the Mercedes a little worse for wear on the tires than say the BMW? It almost seems like it would. Oh, we got a wreck back here with Mr. Louis. Oh, I know what's coming. I know what's coming here. Boink.
Ouch.
Stallworth gives Louis a little bump. He's a gentleman enough to stop and wait.
Ooh. Definitely like to see that. You know, sometimes mistakes happen, things happen. That's hard racing. It is what it is. All these people are so close in time and skill, and sometimes you rub elbows a little bit. That's one of the things that really makes SRA great is how behind all the drivers are and understanding. A lot of them will pull over for you, so good to see that.
Oh, looks like we got Mr. Nixon. He's going to peel off. He's going to be our first taker for the pits other than Diego.
He was in between Robinson and Mr. Sir, so we'll see how this shakes up for him later. Another one in the pits, John Archie.
John Archie.
We got 2 Kelvin Lau appreciators in chat now. Very strong driver, underrated.
Guys, I'd like to just give a shout out if you're watching the stream and you aren't following. Really appreciate if you did so. We're only 2 followers away from hitting 1,000. Be pretty cool.
Well, wouldn't that be lovely?
Mm-hmm.
I think the quality of the streams that we put out is deserving of that many followers. So why don't you go slap that button?
And you know, also, don't forget, SRA's got a YouTube out there too. You know, we need to boost those numbers up a little bit. So when you get a moment, head on over to YouTube, check us out on SRA on there, and give us a like and thumbs up and subscribe.
Yes, we need the guidance to like the stream. That's where you can find D1 and D2 streams eventually archived to after they're broadcast here.
And if you're not a part of SRA for some reason, join in on the action. Go to sra.gg. Follow the link in the About section of the stream here. Love to see you on track.
All types of racing. I mean, ACC, iRacing. We even got into some democracy. We're even spreading some democracy around the world these days. So come check us out.
I gotta say, I'm a big fan of liberty.
couple of close battles here. It's almost hard to pick one out.
Yeah, I've been giving a lot of love to the fight around P8 and back. Let's take a look further back. Quinn, Crown, and Wilson been fighting for a while, haven't they?
Yeah, I've been watching Crown steadily creep up on Quig, and Wilson do the same to Crown. Both of these McLarens had a bit of a rough go at the start. Got spun around, but looks like they're making the best of it.
And I think to go back to our early pitters, I'm seeing Diego's 10 seconds off of John Archie. I think that pit netted him a loss, and looks like he lost quite a bit of time with that pit. So
Spangler's coming up on this little mid-pack here for 13th. Looks like Flamger, Carpenter, and Spangler are battling out 2/10 away from Carpenter. Carpenter and Flamger, the two 296 drivers and teammates meeting on track together.
and it looks like Robinson went off the pits with red. Yeah, not gonna try it.
Big group of drivers just entering the pits. Robinson, Flanger, Quig, and Rados.
Diego hanging on the back of this pack here still.
He's getting feisty. But while we have this momentary lull in the battles as we approach the halfway mark in this race, I want to give a huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and our title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favorite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. And Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. And to AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style. Elevate every lap with the top tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. And to Go Setups, premium esports setups for everyone. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. And we got more cars entering the pits. Marecki, Mercer, Drebes, Wheeler, Durance, and Specht.
And they're all coming out in a big old gaggle. This is going to be interesting.
And it looks like they're going to be
trapped
behind the few cars that are behind the leader right now. Speaking of, Koadromo into the pits, backing out of the fight for P1. Sorry, and our leader comes through.
Oh, we got a stop go 30-second for Landon Drebs. That is huge.
Oh.
That is huge to that group. Oh, wow. That's terrible.
He's got to be kicking himself for that.
Oh, no. He was doing so good.
Sorry, Landon, but rules are rules. And we got another group of drivers entering the pits. Peter O'Brien, Koadromo, Kelvin Lau, Mr. Sir, Dan Cran, Brian Ryder.
Now, Ko has been in there a little while, I think.
Has he? Let's see.
Well, that BMW, well, I guess he might have been a lap down in front, but that BMW was not in front of him whenever he came in, so.
Looks like he spent the normal 32 seconds stopped. I
Okay.
think he's fine. Dog status retracted.
Jason saying that Landon has too much dog.
Yeah, they
He
had
needs
to
to reel that
penalize the
puppy
dog.
in.
He
Yeah.
does. Now, the key is not to get too stop and go 30s. Our leader's in.
Mr. Schur exits the pits right behind a train of cars led by Eric Marecki.
Now, where did, what was the one that we were supposed to be watching here? Because I can't remember at this point. Was it Archie and them?
We're supposed to be watching Diego, and I'm not sure who was close to him, but I know you guys called out Diego.
I think Diego was P20 for his pit, and looks like he's going to be around P25-ish, so...
Well, in that case, he's definitely fallen down a couple positions here and lost some time.
Let's go on board with Mercer, who's right in the thick of this pack right now.
Looks like we have Saint Pepsi in chat. We may have some inside info on what Landon is doing right now. He said he's blushing.
Mercer gives Trav a little bit of tap in the back and drives right around him. I don't think Robinson or the stewards are going to be very happy about that one.
Hey, you know, it was just a little tap, though. You know, no harm, no foul. Nobody got...
How about
Nobody
there was
died.
harm?
Nobody died.
Yeah, but Trav
they-
lost
did
the
he die,
lap.
though?
That makes him want to die.
Well, you can send his therapy bills to
To the
the
stewards.
SRA Cruise Fund. Yeah.
Well, both Michael Manning and Koodromo have served their pits, and nothing has changed. They're still in
They
clear
just
air,
went right back
and
to
they're
it.
still effectively leading the race. So we will tune into the mid-pack fight, where Eric Marecki, Jeremy Mercer, Trav Robinson, and Mr. Sir are sweating bullets right now, with Jordan Nixon and Rados bringing in the rear.
Oh,
Probably gonna set
Mr.
off this
Meek's
powder
going to
keg.
stop and go 30 as well. I didn't mean to interrupt, but Mr. Meek stop and go 30.
That burns.
He
That's
had
a
a
kick in the
terrible
teeth.
start and then a... Whew.
I wouldn't blame him for tossing the towel right now. But every position's worth points, though. Hey, why not finish?
Couple drivers still haven't picked here. Carpenter, Troxclair, Lehman, Andrew Wilson, and Eric Boardman still have yet to come in.
Nephew Warrior says he thinks this is the closest anyone has been to Menning. He might actually be nervous about
This
race.
season,
Yeah.
this season, that is true, as far as I'm aware.
I can just imagine the combination of smugness and worry that he's got to be feeling right now. Somewhere on the spectrum of, well, look what the cat finally dragged in from his point of view, right? Finally has got some competition.
Yeah,
also,
he
shit.
probably slowed down a little bit to make his tea, and you know.
Oh, he does have time for that, you're right.
Yeah.
Must be nice being that fast. I gotta settle for sneaking in a sip of water on the straights.
You guys drink water?
Only when I have to.
Thanks.
I will kill all of us if I drink water during a race.
Trav
This
almost had a
man
moment to
some
attack.
water.
Look at this gaggle of cars. This is all for position too.
Carpenter, Troxclair, and Andrew Wilson all head in for their pit, finally. Lehman and Boardman still sticking it out. I expect Lehman to go in this time.
I don't know that anyone gained anything. I don't know that anyone gained anything or lost anything, so...
Lehman now heading in. Boardman doing the same.
Mr.
Wilson just got
O'Brien
around
takes the
quick.
fastest lap of the race.
Oh, and it looks like right as I went there, Troxclair got yellow flagged for reasons unknown. Oh, and Mr. Sir just got around Trav. I definitely want to catch that replay. Oh, there it is. Just caught the tail end of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's like he sent it up the inside of him right before the S's. Which means he had to have a run on the straight before.
And the top two have just said goodbye to P3.
Yeah, Peter O'Brien's slowly falling off the back of him.
With the fastest lap, though.
Yeah, he's got the fastest lap, but his last lap was a couple tenths slower than Coadromo and Minning. And that must have been adding up. Marecki and Mercer back at it again. Stop me if you've seen this one before. Oh, but Mercer's trying something new.
He'll have the. He's gonna have the spot here.
Or Marecki. Yeah, Mercer switches up the inside and gets it done. We got a new pack leader.
Now Mercer's been quick, so I just wonder if he kind of walks away from these folks. Oh, is Andrew gonna send it in that NSX?
He wants Nixon to think he is.
He's gonna show that nose.
Slinky Tulip says, I can't put my finger on it, but the racing being so close for this long in the race seems tied to the pit rules somehow.
You think?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Admins take note. Martin says coincidence, probably. Yeah, statistically speaking, don't we need like a sample size of 33 or something to be statistically relevant? We'll have the results in for, I don't know, season 15.
Yeah, I don't really know what to feel about the tire change rule versus the traditional splash and dash. It's been the splash and dash for so long, it's just how I'm used to it. But every time I get into one of these races with the tire change, it does feel a lot more exciting. So yeah, still interested to see how this shakes out and see what we do for the future.
Well,
Or
the
if this
tires.
is just a one-off thing.
The tires. I really like the change of the tires because, you know, on that second stint, you're most definitely going to be faster, and that's really where that consistency and pace really shows up. You know, if you can be consistent, you can have really good pace, then you'll really start to see that in that second stint. And the groups just get tighter from there.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I gotta agree with all of y'all's assessment on this, because yeah, with the typical splash and dash rules, it is all just the same. Everybody's on the same wavelength, and the
Right.
modus operandi is pit whenever is most convenient to lose the least amount of time. And Mr. Sir and Eric Marecki nearly coming together in the middle of Sector 3, trying to navigate each other. They skillfully keep it out of each other's bumpers. But as I was saying, yeah, when you've got to change your tires, suddenly you've got another variable there affecting when is the best time to pit. It's not just dodging everybody else, but it's about extracting the most time you can out of your tires. And we got 2x2. I thought Marecki and Mr. Sir were going to touch each other, but it ended up being Rados and, was that Nixon or Robinson?
Yeah, Nixon and Robinson.
A little squirrely there.
A little touchy.
They're both lucky only to lose one position each. But yeah, with drivers needed to be more, I guess we should say, discerning with when they pit, means they are staying near each other for far longer during the race. That's my estimation.
I honestly think we should do a secret weather event.
Yeah, we should drop a tornado right in the middle of the race.
You just show up, and it is what it is.
And during the driver brief, Jason just rolls a dice.
And tells all the drivers roll for initiative.
Eric's gonna go wide. That's gonna give Mr. Sir the lane.
Oh, and it does. Marecki is now trying to fend off Rados behind. Guy Man Person is saying bring on a 2-stop race. That's what I was thinking. We give everyone like 6 sets of tires.
That's crazy.
One is a splash and dash. One is a tire change.
You're evil.
Yeah, stewards can't decide, so they're just gonna do both.
Now there's a car that's lurking in the background here, in the form of a Diego. Oh, and he's gonna get a beautiful pass. It looks like.
Oh, and he slings around the outside of, what is that, turn 6?
Yep, and he'll cut back in, have that move done.
Yeah, not much Durance can do about that one.
He's got 4 seconds between him and Spangler, but once he gets to Spangler, he's just right on the back of that 10th through 13th range. So
pretty incredible recovery drive so far, honestly. Sent straight to the back of the pack, and he's already back to P15. And yeah, like you mentioned, if he does catch up to that pack, it is a big pack. So a lot of points to be regained right there. But he's got to reel in that gap. St. Pepsi asking, has SRA ever tried the no-stop race, though? I don't think so.
We actually did a ton of experimenting with different layouts of how to do it. I guess like season 3 or 4 or something like that. So we have tried a little bit of everything within the hour-long format. Yeah, the no stop. I do like the pit stop. Does kind of switch up the dynamic a little bit.
It doesn't feel like a complete race if you didn't do a pit stop.
Yeah.
It's like it's lacking something.
Yeah.
Got to give something for the pit crew to do. You gotta earn their paycheck somehow.
And the photographers. Gotta get the glamour shots.
We do 90-minute races for a lot of different things, but not for the main sprint series. It's the most accessible to the most drivers to do a 60-minute race.
I think we've had a couple very short endurance races that were 90 minutes, and aren't the multi-class races
yeah.
90 minutes?
Yes, multi-class is 90 minutes.
Yep.
This is pretty cool. I don't participate in them, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the iRacing series as well is 90 minutes, so
If you're curious about more details about SRA's events and how we run them, you can find more answers to your questions on the SRA website, simracingalliance.com, or on our Discord, discord.gg/SRA. Or is it, no, /SimRacingAlliance, excuse me.
I like our new shortened link, or new-ish shortened link, SRA.gg for the website.
That
It's a
is
lot
really
easier.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Back at the front, Michael he's pulled away from Dromo, so
Yeah, he's more than doubled his gap since last time we checked in. He's still there waiting in the wings. If Menning ever makes a mistake, it's not over.
Guy, you're not allowed to say Magic Menning.
Magic Manning.
No, that's I might have to have a timeout for that one. But his best lap so far is a 35.3, so absolutely flying out there for race pace.
A Wheeler stopped on the track, goes to the pits.
Oh, man.
It looks
Or
like he
just
just
outbrakes himself,
either
overshoots
missed
it.
his braking zone or gave up.
Maybe a little bit of both. Yeah, there's a lot of frustration at the back of the grid. A lot of little early race taps really sent people to the back, and it's hard to catch up once you get yourself so far behind like that.
Now, did we miss something, or did Mercer get up past Mr. Sir and they've just kind of broken off from this group?
Yeah, Mr. Sir worked his way through that little mid-pack right there and is kind of breaking away. He's got a lot of pace here. He's had a lot of pace all season, so it's not been an uncommon sight to see Menning and Mr. Sir right next to each other on the hot lap leaderboards and in the race. So yeah, he's just working his way up.
Could be a good points day for them.
It's been a good point season for them so far. Let's see where they are for the team. They're definitely in first. But they're 61 points above P2, which is TSE Audi This World with Peter O'Brien and Jordan Nixon. But yeah, Peter O'Brien putting some good moves out there. Nixon also in P11, so they're not going to be too far behind as far as points.
Andrew Wilson kind of showing the nose. Nothing really cooking though.
You got to keep the driver in front of you on their toes. Always make them think it's coming.
I didn't notice, but it looks like both Crown and Wilson got past Brooker during the pit cycle at least. And I've left him 1.3 seconds behind. Said both these drivers had a bit of a tough start, but making the best of it. P19 and P20 right now, not too bad.
John Archie in the lead for silver.
By
He's having
about
a good
10
little run
seconds,
here.
not too bad.
And he'll have a Looks like you have a good run on that Ferrari coming up the front straight. From what I've heard, that Ferrari is stupid slow here.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good. I've been struggling with that one this week, but luckily our gracious BOP master, Brooker Quigg, who's on track here tonight, has given us a good negative ballast. So it's helping a little bit, but still has some noticeable areas where it could improve. A lot of hype for Nürburgring in the chat. I couldn't agree more. It's going to be very exciting to see that come out. I like how,
Yes.
was it like a year ago, 2 years ago, they said that it'll never be in the game. And pretty much laughed at us. But yeah, now it's going to be in the game. It's going to
Who's
be
laughing
pretty tight.
now?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, Archie and Spangler trading spots in the end of Sector 1. We got to catch that one. Oh, I've seen this a few times now. If you can sneak up somebody's inside here, you can be dangerous. But it's kind of hard to swing it all the way around the outside there. That is such a tricky corner onto that back straight. At least for me. Skill issue, etc., etc.
And so Stallworth, as you saw on the camera there before I switched over, was trying to make some moves on Quigg. Matt Lehman catching up quickly behind. Now they're in a little three-person pack, slowly trailing off from Wilson and Crown ahead. A bit of separation between them, but then a braking zone or two can't fix. A lot of talent just in 21, 22, and 23 here. Definitely surprising to see these folks in this position, but you know, anything can happen at Indy. Lehman now going side by side with Stallworth. Stallworth trying to break the toe, making some moves there. Ooh. Stallworth is going to edge himself ahead, but just barely. Lehman just taps his bumper there a little bit.
He left
real close
enough
racing.
room for Lehman on turn 1. That was perfection right there.
But it did cost them some time to Brooker ahead.
He's enjoying that. Keep fighting, boys. Let me
Ooh,
get away.
Stallworth cutting weird through the corner. Lehman's trying to stick his nose in.
Nothing doing this sector. Jeff Spangler, though, just got around John Archie. We're going to catch that one.
That's just cruel, Kish. Say he's doing pretty good. I mean, I guess he's doing pretty good with his feet kicked up right now. Talking about Fazley.
Very nice move by Jeff Spangler.
Coming down to the wire here, 8 minutes to go. Still tons of battle. This is not over. This is not over just quite yet. I think we got 1 or 2 more dive bombs, especially on that last lap. There's going to be some shenanigans to be had.
Nixon and Robinson going at it. Somebody earlier was saying Travis being bullied. I didn't want to agree with him, but now I think he is. Ooh, and he nearly gets bullied by Flanger into the braking zone of turn 7 there. Lucky to survive.
Robinson just needs to put some blackout tape on that mirror. Does not even use that sucker.
Yep.
Well, guys, this race wound down pretty quickly here. 7 minutes left to go.
Ooh.
So
Look at this.
Oh, Jeff
Spangler trying to set it up the
sent it.
inside of Flanger. Not quite working out for him.
little argy bargy.
Ooh, and Archie sliding weird out of the last turn, kind of hitting the wall there, but still managing to keep up with the drivers ahead. 6 minutes left to go. Every second, every quarter second counts.
Dylan Stallworth having a moment. Let's see what exactly happened here. Coming out of turn 1. Oh, no, sorry. Coming into the final turn, and looks like he's early on the gas, loses the rear end for just a moment, snaps and recovers it just in time to keep it on track, but lose 2 positions.
Wilson has been hawking down Ryder for the last couple laps here. 2/10 off. Ryder showing a good defense here. John Crown also looking to mix things up. Able to make anything happen. They're matching each other's pace pretty good here, but for the fight behind, it looks like Lehman got by Stallworth while I wasn't looking, and ran away with it a little bit, 0.3 seconds ahead, and is now 0.3 off the back of Quigg. Andrew getting real close in that braking zone. Letting him know that he's there. 5 minutes left. The elbows are going to start to come out. Every position counts here.
In the background, Lehman on Quigg.
Lehman is through.
Sticking on the inside.
Oh,
Quigg getting a little squirrely through there.
it's going to open up the door for Stallworth.
Sorry. And there
Stallworth's going to go
through.
right by on the inside.
Sorry, I changed the camera at a very inopportune moment. Let's see this from his point of view here.
Quigg just gets squirrely. Oh, beautiful undercut move here. Booker just goes too narrow. He'll go right on through. Now Spangler, he is putting out some speed here at the end. He dispatched Fleminger and Archie, and now he's got his sights set on Robinson. He's going to show the nose here. I think he's going to go for it.
Yeah, he's lapping faster than everybody in his immediate vicinity by a couple tenths. He's got the pace to make it happen. A couple more spots these last few laps. There's one.
Some moves being done with Archie and Fleminger here. Going side by side.
Almost getting it done, Archie.
Three minutes to go. We should have roughly 2 laps left. Leader's coming around the... Fix to be coming onto the front straight here shortly.
Looks like we're going to have 2 laps. Michael Menning starts the penultimate lap right now with Coadromo in tow. Again, falling behind by another second since the last time we checked in with him. Before this race closes, I just want to add a small apology to our viewers. I noticed right now on Twitch that the observed resolution is 720p. That's because I'm accidentally broadcasting 1440p like I normally do for YouTube, but Twitch is not very happy with that and has downscaled it. So sorry if it's a little blocky. It's not my fault. Twitch sucks.
Hey, as long as it isn't choppy, right?
Yeah, it should be smooth. It's just a little compressed in 720p because it's trying to figure out what to do with all these bits.
Archie still making his name known here. 3/10 off the back of Flamger here. Going back into Sector 1. Minute 30 left. They're going to make at least one more lap here. But Archie's running out of time to make the move happen. Same going for Wilson and Crown. 4/10 out of the back of Ryder.
Bangler's right on top of Nixon as well. Still got a lot of racing all over this track.
Louis also
Is
3/10
John
off
Archie
the
going to
back
send it
of,
P7 in
Quick.
turn 7? He does. That's going to give him the outside for P8 though, but that's not going to work for him, and he
That
has
was-
to tuck back in for the S's.
That was close.
And you heard the announcer just now. We are on the final lap. Nephew Warrior saying this are some much needed points for Koa. Yeah, P2 hard to complain about. We've been seeing a lot of Wilson in that Pokemon McLaren. He's been having a very exciting race, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. So this is it, folks. You need to start getting your moves in. Last opportunity for a dive bomb.
Oh, it looks like Wilson has a run here, and with the slipstream, he just might have it in the braking zone here.
Oh, here we go. Show the nose.
Ryder's going to squeeze a little bit. He may have...
The room is left. I think he could have been a
has to
little
get the
later on the
curve.
brakes, though.
Well, you know, sometimes a little better safe than sorry. John Crown, though, looking around for some vision.
I think he was too nice there. Just too nice on the brakes.
A little
Could
bit.
have been a lot more. It could have been a little bit more aggressive.
And Michael
And
Manning
Michael-
crosses the line for
Your
P1.
winner.
Once again, our race winner here in Division 1. Champion of the making.
And going back to this pack here, Lehman has caught up to them. It's a pack of 4 drivers, all 2/10 away from each other. Last couple sectors, someone's got to get a move done, and John Crown hits the back of Andrew Wilson.
Oh, wow.
John is going to lose a position out to Matt Lehman, but Andrew is going to fend it off. Can Andrew defend against the former D1 champion? Also teammates, mind you, so I know these folks race hard. Lehman definitely making himself known. Not much he can do here.
Oh, he sends up the
he's
Oh, he's going to
inside.
stick his nose in, and he spins
no.
Andrew around. Andrew looking at his teammate, and the rest of the pack drive by in the final 2 turns.
That's one lowly looking McLaren.
Oh, that's
Ouch.
gonna-
This is not the
gonna hurt.
race in that Wilson was asking for here. But Lehman will cross the line. I think
Yeah.
P19. What my
Yes, for
my metrics are going
P19.
crazy.
And the battle between Louis and Quig. Quig comes out on top for P23. And that's the race, guys.
And what a
What an
race! it
eventful
was.
race.
Wow.
What a race. What a race. That was an excellent race.
Lots of highs and lots of lows. Definitely not out of the normal for Indianapolis. This is a bit of a contacty track, and sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do. It just happens here. But yeah, Michael Menning, once again, showing who's boss, putting it in P1 as he has done for the entire season thus far. Codromo coming out with some fantastic pace, though, for a P2. And getting it as close as we have seen thus far in the season to taking down the king that is Michael Menning. Now,
Speaking
everyone
of,
should be
let's get-
filtering into the chats, and maybe we can get some insight from the drivers themselves.
Yep, I see Coadromo and Michael Menning already. Which one do we want to grab first?
Well,
Mike,
let's bring
let's
up the
grab
race
Michael.
winner, yeah.
Michael Menning, welcome to the booth. Congratulations on another win. How are you feeling?
pretty solid. Wasn't. I mean, I wasn't feeling as good for this race as most of the others. BMW just not feeling solid here. I mean, I found the pace, so it worked all right. But man, it just turn-in wasn't really working for me. So I made some setup modifications right before the race, and it worked out. Set a pretty good lap in qualifying, and held it together through T1. And then yeah, Koa was pushing me a lot though. He was doing some great laps all race.
Yeah, we've heard some rumors that BMW isn't too terribly strong around here. I was going to ask you how specifically, but you went ahead and answered that turn-in. So how did it feel to have Koa breathing down your neck the whole race?
It was pretty exciting because I wasn't very happy about how my tire wear was going. I made the setup really aggressive. All the default ones were really lacking in like any kind of turning. So I made the super aggressive, and I was really scared about the drop off towards the end, but we held it together. Koa went for an undercut. That was pretty close. I was pretty sure I'd have the space to do an extra lap on him, which just barely worked out. But yeah, it was really close. He had some great pace.
Yeah, we were discussing. I think that's the closest anyone has gotten this season. Truly a dominating run. Now we're halfway through the season. Are you expecting to continue the same pace through the rest of the season 10?
I'd love to. Honestly, this might have been I'm feeling a lot better about a lot of the next tracks coming up. Valencia, I love ever since we drove that last season. A lot of fun. Spa will be an interesting one, but Red Bull and Silverstone, I'm feeling pretty good. So this car might feel bad again like this at another track. Who knows? But I'm feeling happy.
I feel exactly the same way about this season. I've just been surviving these first three, and now this week. The second half of this season should be a lot more fun, in my opinion.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. I think Spa is going to be one to look out for. That is going to be an insane race, as long as it's wet. If it's not wet, then maybe we're looking at another race. But
Well, SRA's luck, so.
Oh, I've been there.
Yep. Well, thank you for joining us up here in the booth this evening, Michael, and congratulations again on the P1 finish here in Season 10. Hopefully we can see you up here in the booth many more times this season, or 4 more times. But until then, we will see you.
Yes, thank you very much. I hope to see you guys again.
Good luck out there.
Congrats.
See you.
Thank you.
Why don't we get our P2 finisher up here now, Koa Dromo? Koa, welcome to the booth, and congratulations on a P2 finish. Looks like you're the first person in a long time to give Michael Menning a run for his money. How are you feeling?
I'm glad someone finally did. I definitely did not think it was going to be me, but shit happens at T1 apparently. So that kind of helped out.
Did you put a lot of practice into this race? Was this an unexpectedly good result for you?
Unexpected for sure. Like the last 2 races have been total dog water for me. So yeah, this week I didn't really practice at all. Like I did 15 laps plus the practice race, and yeah.
Well, why was that? Just aversion to the track, or just lack of time?
Just being kind of demoralized from the last 2 weeks. Like
He didn't need it. He got that P2, baby.
Fair. He knew deep down he had that dog in him.
Yeah.
Well, I know that the family normally tunes into these D1 races to watch. I didn't see them in the chat today, but I'm sure they're gonna go back and rewatch the great race that you had. Yeah, extremely fast. If that's 15 laps of practice, I would have liked to see what you could have done with 100 laps of practice.
Yeah.
Around here. That would have definitely been a show for sure. Could have been some Michael Menning beating times. But yeah,
I don't know about
absolutely.
that.
Well,
But I practiced quite a bit for Indy for SRO last year, so I feel like I kind of just picked it back up like within those few laps, you know. So I guess that kind of helped. But yeah, I mean, for this race, I'm just happy to not make any mistakes. Like last week, I had 2 drive-throughs for track limits, which
Yeah.
is pretty embarrassing to put it lightly.
Yeah, a bit of a race
But
ruiner. I'm imagining
yes.
you have similar thoughts to him then, because we were just asking him his thoughts about the season in general, and it was that the start was kind of rough, and he's looking forward to the next few races. Is that similar for you?
Michael said the start of the season was rough. What?
Or, well, not his favorite at least. He's really looking forward to the next few tracks.
Well,
Yeah,
that's not.
he certainly didn't show it. So
Yeah, that's not the kind of stuff we want to hear. I mean, he's basically Verstappen at this point.
True,
We're all
true.
just trying to keep
Yeah.
up. I mean, yeah, I pretty much was Carlos Sainz this week. You know, my teammate, he kind of had some bad luck. So, I also want to give a shout out to Dan Cran, P4. I think he
Yeah,
said that's his best finish ever
he
in
quietly
D1.
had a
So,
very good race.
yeah, like he
Yeah.
wasn't. His pace was just solid, like super consistent, and yeah.
in a 4.88 no less. So very impressive.
Yeah, that's right.
I met Dan at the SRA meetup, and he's a extremely nice guy. Couldn't have happened to a better person. Hopefully, he can get himself into maybe a touch more of a competitive car next season. He could be putting down some more finishes like that. And hopefully, we can see you up here a little bit more for the rest of this season. Koa, thank you for joining us up here in the booth, and congratulations again on P2. And yeah, we hopefully we'll see you some more.
Yeah, thanks guys, and it's good to see you back up in the booth.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
See you next
I
time.
appreciate that.
All right, later, boys.
So
Next up on
let's
my list
bring
is Peter O'Brien. I don't see
Peter
him though.
O'Brien.
Where is he?
He's not in, but we can look at the silver
John Archie was
P1, John
P1.
Archie, or we can. Oh, I don't want to
Yeah, let's get
drag
John Archie.
Dan in from
I'll bring him in right now.
streaming.
Hey, John Archie.
John
Welcome
Archie.
to the booth. Congratulations
Oh.
on P1 in Silver Division.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Going pretty good. How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I didn't realize I was up for P1 for silver until I crossed the finish line and actually checked the standings, but yeah, that's wicked.
Well, I mean, you were too busy battling out the entire race. You had a lot of camera time
Yeah, you
this
did.
evening, and yeah, a lot of amazing moves, a lot of crossing up, and all sorts of stuff going on. Very tight pack for those mid-pack positions, and you were definitely mixing it up in there.
Yeah, I think it was running like, I don't know, 7th all the way back to 15th or wherever I was. And yeah, it was just keeping me on my toes for sure. It was quite a sweaty race out there. I'm glad I did a lot of laps to prepare for this one.
Was any part of this
So-
race a particular standout for you? Particularly
Oh, yeah.
memorable?
Oh, for sure. Just like whenever you're battling with these SRA pros, it makes things pretty interesting and not really used to some of the moves they're going to throw on you at the last second. So it was fun to mix it up with the guys.
Yeah, I know I'd seen you a lot in D2, a certified D2 veteran, and very strong showing a P14 overall and a P1 silver finish for D1. Yeah, you definitely can't be mad about that, especially considering some of the pace of some of these folks, up in the top 10. If you're mixing it up with them, you're doing something right.
Yeah, I'm just super happy with the performance today, and the AMG or the AMR felt really nice. So it's kind of like my first time getting a real handle on the car.
Yeah, so a lot of people have been given a lot of props to the AMR this season. What about the car contributed to your success here?
I felt it was like really consistent in the braking zones, and then just coming out of the corners, it seemed to really the turbos kick in and just pull you out of the corner quite well with minimal slip. So it was pretty good.
So just a nice stable platform. This definitely one of my favorite cars that I've driven. I drove it through the first half of my tenure here at SRA, and it's always been a great car. It's very glad to see it up on top again and putting in solid finishes like what you showed us here today. But yeah, some absolutely fantastic speed seen out there today, Mr. Archie. And hopefully we can see you up here again in the D1 commentators booth for the other 4 races this season.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully I can get squeeze some laps in and make it work out for me.
Hopefully.
All right, John.
Anybody,
thank you so much.
anything you want to shout out before you let you go?
No, just thanks to GRR, and I think Dan gave me a couple little tweaks in the setup, kind of some tips, and then I think I threw some feelers out in the D1 chat to see what kind of TCs they were running, and I think it was Mercer ended up saying 3-0, so I ended up going with that the whole race, and yeah, it worked out quite well.
And
Good to go.
good to get tips from Dan because he went nutso this race with a P4. So
yeah, congrats to him in the 488. That thing's a monster. I love that car though. It's so fun to drive.
Oh yeah. All right, John. Yep.
Yeah.
We will catch you on here very soon.
Sounds good. Thanks for the stream, guys. Appreciate it.
See you
All
next
right,
time.
man. Congrats.
All
and
right.
I think that's everything on my checklist. What about you, Paulie?
I think that's good. I think that rounds out most of the interviews. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. A little bit of a throwback seeing me and Jess together.
Back at it again.
And, yeah, and a huge thank you to Jeremy, first time in the SRA booth for
welcome. I hope you
D1.
had fun.
And yeah, you did a fantastic job. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of this gentleman in your upcoming streams. And of course, we cannot do it without you guys watching. Thank you guys for tuning in and staying so loyal to us. All your support through Twitch, YouTube, donations and otherwise, it keeps this league running. And it's so important to so many people. So yeah, it's an honor to be up here and be a part of it.
Well said.
But let's do a little ad read.
Well, but I've already
lost
did
my
the ad read.
Okay, one ad read. Okay.
Do the people want a second ad read?
They might want to hear that beautiful voice.
I don't know if I want to do the whole thing, but you know what I will do, because we have a new sponsor added to the list. And they have not gotten all the numerous ad reads that our other sponsors have gotten before. So why don't I give a second thank you to AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style. Elevate every lap with top-tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. That's at3d.net. And I think that's going to be it for me.
Yeah, I think that rounds it out. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Appreciate y'all
everybody, for
having me.
tuning in. Check out the Discord if you haven't already. Check out the website. Get involved. If you're already a regular, before you leave, go and be polite. Go leave a like on the D4 and the D5 streams on YouTube. And you can catch this VOD on demand later on YouTube too. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Jess Osborne. I've been joined by Jeremy Reeder and our old friend and veteran Paulie Hartman, and we are signing off.
Bye.